Welcome back to MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things magic. In this video, we are going to update and upgrade our Hinata Dawn-Crowned EDH deck. Thank you for choosing MTG Burgeoning for your Magic the Gathering content. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and consider becoming a subscriber. Doing so supports the channel and makes you eligible for our various subscriber rewards series. If you would like to support the channel further, then click the link to our Patreon page in the description below. There, you can join our ongoing Pack Wars series as a 1-month supporter or ongoing member. Or try joining Pack Wars for free by commenting on every MTG Burgeoning video in a month. We strive to offer creative rewards through our various Patreon tiers. So if Pack Wars isn't for you, then something else will be. Links to our content and various subscriber rewards series can be found in the description below. Send us an email, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. We are your channel for all things magic. Greetings and salutations to the MTGBC. You are the MTG Burgeoning community. Welcome back to another installment of the Up and Up series. Today we are going to update and upgrade Hinata Dawn-Crowned and our X Spells Matter deck. We are going to float in 3 new powerful X spells and do a little upgrade to our mana base. The first new spell going into our Hinata deck is Change of Plans. It's an instant for X, 1 in a blue, and each of X target creatures we control connive. Now, to connive, we draw a card and then we discard a card. And if we discard a non-land card, we put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. And then we may have any number of these connived creatures phase out. And of course, when a creature is phased out, they cease to exist until the beginning of our next turn. So Change of Plans is going to make our creatures bigger. It's going to provide card draw. It's going to allow us to get some cards that we may not want in our hand into our graveyard. And it's going to give us protection in the form of phasing. With Hinata on our side of the battlefield, this spell should only ever cost us 1 blue mana as long as we have more creatures to spread the wealth. Change of Plans is going in, and taking its spot is Eerie Interlude. Now, Eerie Interlude was included in this deck as a way in which to protect Hinata and some of the other creatures in our deck because of its ability to exile our creatures and then return them to the battlefield at the beginning of our next end step. Hinata would always be preserved, and for it only costing 2 and a white mana, it's very easy to have additional creatures on our side of the battlefield where this spell would only cost us 1 white mana. However, we have the ability to make a lot of tokens in this deck, and if we were to exile any of them with Eerie Interlude as a way in which to perhaps preserve them from a board wipe, they would cease to exist once they left the battlefield. A Change of Plans, however, would phase them out instead, and we would still have them at the beginning of our next turn. In addition, we can't draw any cards from Eerie Interlude, we can't discard any cards, and we can't make any of our creatures bigger. This is just an instance where one card is better than the other, and isn't that the purpose of the Up and Up series? All right, the second new card going in, X spell number 2. It is Storm King's Thunder. It is a red instant X and triple red, and when we cast our next instant or sorcery spell this turn, we copy that spell X times, and we may choose new targets for the copies. Now, this X spell has absolutely 0 synergy with Hinata or the X spell theme in this deck, except for the ability to copy any of the spells we cast before it with Storm King's Thunder. And if you search in the description below and click the deck list over there at tappedout.net, you can see that there are quite a number of very beefy and very spicy instant or sorcery spells we would want to copy with Storm King's Thunder. Since Hinata is going to reduce the overall mana value of all of those spells, most likely down to just one single colored mana symbol, we should very easily be able to float 3 red mana and pay X as much as possible to take advantage of copying those instant and sorcery spells. So although there is no direct correlation or interaction with Hinata, Storm King's Thunder is going to help enhance and strengthen what this deck does. Being replaced by Storm King's Thunder is Jared's Belligerence. It's a sorcery for X and 2 red. It deals X damage divided as we choose among any number of target creatures, and whenever a creature dealt damage this way dies, we get to populate. So more than anything, this was included in the original construction of the deck to stop token armies. Those annoying 0-1s or 1-1s or 2-1s or whatever creatures that have a 1 toughness, Jared's Belligerence was supposed to take care of them very, very easily. Well, that is few and far between in EDH these days, as with the number of Anthem effects and power toughness boosts and other things to make those tokens bigger, Jared's Belligerence is just not working out and honestly spends more time in my hand than in the graveyard upon resolution of casting it as a spell. So it's easy to take out this sorcery for Storm King's Thunder. Alright, the last X spell to be included in this video, we're staying with red, but this time we're going to shift to sorcery. It's Smoke Spirit's Aid. X and a red. For each of up to X target creatures, we create a red aura enchantment token named Smoke Blessing and attach it to that creature. Those tokens have enchant creature, and when enchanted creature dies, it deals 1 damage to its controller, and we create a treasure token. So this is going to help us accelerate our mana. This is going to help us fix our mana if needed, and let's be honest, this is just going to deal some more direct damage right to the face of our opponents, particularly if they're trying to mess around with any big old tribal or token decks. All we need to do is make sure we cast a spell that can destroy them, and let's be honest, we have those in spades in this deck. So Smoke Spirit's Aid is going to go in as a way in which to get us treasure tokens, and as a way in which to deal some direct damage right to our opponents. Replacing Smoke Spirit's Aid is replacing Meteor Swarm. X and triple red for a sorcery. It deals 8 damage divided as we choose among X target creatures and or planeswalkers. Not to sound snobbish or elitist here, but I'm going to. Investing the triple red to only fling out maybe 8 damage to 1 creature or 1 planeswalker, that's just not going to be enough. Yes, we can split it up if we have enough targets, but we can do so much better with the slots in this deck, and I think Smoke Spirit's Aid just showed that. So those are the 3 X spells going in and the 3 spells that are coming out. Now, I did promise that we were going to update the mana base a bit, and this is what we're going to do. We are going to add a Reflecting Pool, which, under the best set of circumstances, will act as Command Tower 2.0 by giving us 1 of any of the Jeskai colors we need to cast the spells in our deck. Taking the spot away from Reflecting Pool is taking the spot away from Gemstone Mine. Now, this ETBs with 3 mining counters on it. We tap to remove a mining counter for 1 mana of any color, but when there are no mining counters left, we must sacrifice Gemstone Mine. So for the ability to have a more stable land base, Reflecting Pool is going to be better overall for the deck than Gemstone Mine. And the last addition to this deck going in is Mana Crypt, one of the best artifacts in our format. It costs 0 to cast. We turn it sideways for 2, and hopefully we don't take too many lightning bolts to the face by flipping the wrong side of the coin. and Mana Crypt is going to replace Temple of the False God. This land will tap for 2 colorless mana, just like the Mana Crypt does, but we can use the Mana Crypt every single turn. We can only do so with Temple of the False God if we have at least 5 total lands. So for the purposes and benefits of smoothing out the mana base and maintaining tempo, let's face it, Mana Crypt is better than Temple of the False God. And there you have it, MTGBC, another Up and Up series. This time it is with Hinata Dawncrowned. Let me know your thoughts about these changes in the comment section below. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic.